Hey guys, what's up? It's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So today I don't think that I've filmed here yet. I am in Alex's office. But today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be a little reflection and Q&A about nursing, as I have officially been working as a nurse for 3 years, which is absolutely insane. July 8th of 2019 was my first day of work. Game plan for this video is we're gonna just do a little chat about my nursing journey, just a brief summary for those of you who have not seen me before, or if it's just been a while for you. And then I'll do more of a deep dive reflection into the last year of nursing. And then I had you guys ask me some questions on Instagram, so we'll do that. For those of you who don't know, I did an accelerated nursing program. So nursing school, nursing was my second degree. And then right out of graduating, I got a job on a postpartum unit at a local hospital working night shift. I think I have a lot of videos about orientation and stuff, but I think my orientation was like 12 weeks or so, a combination of day and night shift, and then I worked nights until this last November. And I feel like obviously I started nursing and working as a nurse pre-COVID, so that was kind of a big adjustment within my first year of nursing. And then my second year of nursing was just a lot of growth, I think, overall, and becoming more confident in myself. And I rewatched my last 2 videos because I've been filming these every year, kind of updating how I've been feeling working as a nurse and stuff. And I don't do as much nursing content on here as I did when I was in school, but it's nice to chat about it with you guys. So what I was saying is I went back and I watched those 2 videos. Number one, I don't know why I filmed them in September, because July is literally my actual nursing anniversary. September is like when I was off orientation officially, but I don't get why I was filming them in September, but whatever, that's besides the point. Here we are in July, because July 8th was my 3-year work anniversary or whatever. That's kind of how I have so many videos on here about nursing and stuff, especially my first year of nursing and like adjusting to night shift and everything. But if you don't remember, I kind of had a mental breakdown about working night shift like last spring, summer. I just like was having such a hard time with it, with Alex working full time and him working until 6:30, and then when I would work 12-hour night shifts, we just wouldn't see each other, and it was just so hard, and I wasn't sleeping as well, and I was just like, I was done with it. So luckily around that time, on a day PM position opened up and I applied for it, and I was successful. I got it, and then I didn't actually switch to that position until November of this last year, so that was still a little bit of a challenge, knowing that I was going to switch but not switching yet. That was really hard. I have been working days and PMs, so when I work day shift, I can either work an 8-hour day shift or a 12-hour day shift, so 7 to 3:30 or 7 to 7:30, or I can work a PM shift, which is 3 to 11:30 p.m. Kind of depends on my schedule. I work at as a 0.9, but I'm a variable position, so I get scheduled at a 0.9, but I get some shifts that are marked as like variable if we're overstaffed. It's confusing. You guys don't need to hear all about that. But anyway, I've been working on days, not night shift, since November, and let me just tell you, I am a new woman. I am changed. Life is so much better. I feel like I sleep more, and I am just like such a better person. Like, I am not cranky. I feel like Alex and my relationship has been better since I switched off night shift. And obviously, if you don't know, I am like 8 months pregnant right now. You can't really tell because I'm sitting, but yeah, we are cooking a child in there. So a lot of my day shift has actually been with me pregnant, but it has just been such a game changer. I also think that right before I switched off of night shift, I just think I was getting into such the routine and the monotony of it, and I just needed something different. I needed a change. And switching to day shift, like prior to switching, terrified me. Like, the thought of discharges and even just like changing who I was working with, like it scared me. And I don't know what I was so afraid of. Like, obviously it's had its own challenges, and like I've had a learning curve, and like I've just had to learn how to adjust my time more, and I definitely am so much more busy. But like I would literally, like some night shifts, like I was so like good at my routine at work that I would just like do my things and then like just sit. Like there's some people who are always running behind, but I felt like I was just like sitting and waiting for the next thing. I mean, our job can be like unpredictable no matter what shift you're working, but day shift's a little more predictable, and you have discharges and you have circumcisions, and there's just a lot more going on. There's a lot more people. I have loved getting to know all the like doctors and stuff that are around during the day. That has been really awesome. But yeah, I think it has definitely changed my nursing for the better, and I am much happier where I'm at now, working day shift and PMs, and it has just been so much better for me and my mental health. And yeah, so another kind of fun thing that's been happening, mainly since I switched over to day shift, it was happening on night shift too, is I have been orienting and training a ton, which was one of my goals that we have like yearly evals with our managers and stuff, and one of my goals was to be able to precept more and train more, because I feel like I love teaching, I love educating. I think if I ever did anything that wasn't nursing, I would go into like nursing education, but that requires more school, which not on my radar right now. But I think it started in January to April. I actually had a nursing student with me who was with me for like what, 12-16 weeks. She did like a shift or two every week, and that was really fun. And then I've had like 2 or 3 like primary people who I have oriented, and one of them is finally off orientation, and it's so exciting. And yeah, I've been like scheduled as people's like primary preceptor on day shift before they inevitably switch to nights, because most people don't start out on day shift. But that has been really good for me in nursing as well, because it challenges me to, I think it challenges me to be the best nurse I can be, because I obviously want to show the new people what we're supposed to do and the right way to do things, and it makes me kind of shift back into my like starting mode of nursing. And like, not that I was like doing things incorrectly, but it just makes you like, it makes you also, I don't know, it also makes me like, because like people ask so many questions when they're on orientation, like why do we do this way, why is this, and it's like it makes you kind of stop and think and like get out of your like flow and routine to like kind of question things more or less than you used to. I don't know, hopefully that makes sense to you. That has been really fun. I have loved training. I also, well, I technically was in the group, but we didn't have meetings, but I am in an LRN group, which is lactation resource nurses. So we are just people on the floor who are resources for breastfeeding and stuff. I am still hopeful to get my CLC this year, but it's hard because we have to pay for it ahead of time and then we get reimbursed. But it's just kind of biting the bullet. I might kind of I might do it on maternity leave, because I feel like that's what I'm gonna have. If I don't do it before I go back to work after maternity leave, it's probably not gonna happen like ever. But I really want to do it because I really want to educate myself and learn more. And yeah, that is kind of it for reflections for this last year. I feel like I am a million times more confident in myself as a nurse. I feel like this last year of nursing, I have grown so much and have really become confident in my abilities as a nurse, which is really exciting. Let's get into questions you guys have about nursing. With that being said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because I do ask you guys to ask me questions a lot. So let's see. First question is, what are some things I should ask during the interview about the hospital? Well, I think some of the big, I don't even know if I do have a nursing interview video, but I don't remember what I touch on in it because that's from like 3 or 4 years ago. I would say the biggest things is just learning about how they operate. Definitely learning about like break times and how that works. If you're guaranteed a break, if it comes out of your paycheck, like that's a little thing that matters but doesn't matter. Ratios are a huge thing. how often people are short-staffed, like if they have travelers, the roles of like the CNAs on the unit. That's definitely, I don't know, I would just like do some research even ahead of time about the hospital itself. Like, are they unionized? What's the pay like? How do raises work? Like, that is totally all stuff you can ask in an interview. Like, don't be afraid to do that because you're gonna be working there for a while. Maternity leave, please ask about that because I did not ask about that when I started my job. And not that it would have probably changed my mind, but I feel like I went into it thinking that we had maternity leave and we kind of don't really. So it's not ever something that you think about. Maybe even how like vacations and stuff work. I don't know. There's so many options you could ask. So I would just like Google it because they're gonna have more answers than me. Next question is, what's one thing you would go back and tell your new grad self when you started? I would have told myself to not be afraid to jump off the deep end. I feel like I was very nervous to be on my own, and when it happened, like obviously it happened, but even like my last like 2 or 3 weeks of orientation, like I was not nearly as independent as I kind of forced some of my orientees to be now. I kind of let them just go for it, and this is mainly like the last week of orientation. Like, you do everything, I'm here as a resource, and I wish that people would have done that for me and pushed me more. And I also wish I would have pushed myself more. Obviously I have gotten to where I am now and I am okay and I survived, but I think that would have helped me feeling more confident being off orientation right away too. What was the worst shift of your life and why? Oh geez, I feel like without breaking HIPAA, I can't really talk about it, but this was a few years ago. It wasn't anything that was directly affecting me, like it wasn't my patient or anything, but we just had like, it was just a tragic thing happened, and it definitely shook everyone for a while. That's like the only thing I can really think of. I feel like I haven't had any like super, knock on wood, shitty shifts, so that's good. Next question is, do you think you will do postpartum forever? Honestly, probably some sort of postpartum mother baby, maybe a smidge of NICU in there. My hospital has like NICU, postpartum, labor and delivery. You can do NICU and postpartum, you can do labor and delivery and postpartum. I am never gonna do labor and delivery. It's just not for me. But I could see myself doing a postpartum NICU position in the future. Like I said, I think I said this in my last video, but I've only been a nurse for 3 years and I have so much nursing ahead of me that like I'm not gonna say that I'm never gonna leave postpartum, but at this point in my nursing career, I don't see myself leaving. So next question is, what's the same and what's different about what you expected so far? I feel like one of the things that was like really unexpected, I guess, working in postpartum specifically, is like the amount of education that we're providing with parents, especially first-time parents, and how not common sense some stuff can be. Like you would be shocked at the amount of people sometimes who don't know how to do, like, I don't know. And I mean, I guess like I'm just like, I'm a different person than they are, but I feel like if I was going to have a baby and I didn't have the experience that I had, I would do everything in my power to like make sure I knew as much as I could. I would like have researched and play with my car seat, and like it just sometimes it blows my mind how little people know and how little like preparation people have done for having a baby. But at the same time, all the education we have to provide to people, like sometimes that's the only education people have. Another question about changing specialties, just talked about that. Do I float to the NICU at my hospital? No, I do not. Okay, sorry, ran out of room on my camera, had to delete some things. No, I don't float to the NICU, period. Next question, any plans to leave bedside? Not currently, no. Like I said, I obviously have a lot of nursing ahead of me, but for right now, that is not the plan. And next question, do I get pre-shift anxiety? If so, how do I deal with it? Definitely not anymore. I totally did when I was first off orientation. It wasn't anything like crazy. I feel like the worst anxiety I had was like before my first shift, and not really. Sorry, I'm not very helpful. I would just kind of figure out maybe what exactly is making you anxious, like what specific things. But in my mind, I would feel like there's something specific that I'm nervous for. Like, is it this happening, or is it like that something's gonna go wrong? Like, figure out what it is specifically that's making you anxious, and then kind of walk through what you would do if that thing did happen. Then maybe you'll kind of like feel better, more confident. I don't know, sorry. That's what I would kind of do. Next question is, will I be going on to do a master's program, or I am content with bedside? I have no desire to go back to school. I have no desire to pay to go back to school. So for now, we are just sticking with our BSN RN situation. And the last question is, do I get any pay raises per year as a nurse? I guess I do. My hospital is unionized, and the way that our pay scale works is every year we get, everyone collectively gets a cost of living raise, which is like 2%-ish. So when our new, like, we like negotiate a contract every 2 years, and that usually gets published in March. So then every March we get that increase, and then you get an increase at your like year mark as well. So I just got a raise in March, and then I got another raise in July. Yeah, you should get paid. You should get raises yearly. Everyone should get a raise yearly. Like, what? The cost of living goes up every year. Everyone should get some sort of yearly raise. We all don't get enough of a yearly raise for sure, but it is what it is. That is kind of an update about nursing. I know I don't do as many nursing videos on here anymore. It's kind of hard working day shift and working 12s, and obviously there's only so much I can share on the internet about working as well. But for all of those of you who have been around since nursing school days, thank you so much. For those of you who are new, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more videos from me. We have some fun stuff coming, including a child. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.